What's his name now again?
Mohammed El Gabriel. And this is the guy who said the secretary of the Ordo Templi.
And I see he has that sword, a sword in his hand. What sword is that?
That's the original sword of the Grand Orient of Egypt, the first Masonic sword in Egypt, 1777, of the foundation of the very first lodge in Egypt. I have the actual picture here. You can check it out if you want. Here it is, from close up.
Who's this guy you're hugging in this picture?
That is the secretary of the Ordo Templi Orientis Caliphate in England, Stephen Schofield, who is also engaged, probably married by now, with the daughter of the owner of Atlantis Bookshop in London, which is the center for all the Illuminati books, where all the various occultists go and get their various rare books and stuff. And they are the biggest specialists in Crowellian and Satanism and various other activities. He looks innocent, but he's not, definitely. That guy's a Satanist.
He's a Satanist?
Yeah, he's a real big Satanist.
Good. Who are those two guys in the picture?
Satanist, the top Satanist in London.
Those are the top Satanists in London.
Yeah.
These are the two top Satanists in London. What are their names?
Robert Curley, and the other one is called Darren White.
Two top Satanists in London. Robert Carey.
No, Rob Curley.
Rob Curley, sorry. Yeah. Rob Curley.
And Darren White.
And Darren White. And of course, the Ozagami.
This is me and the head of the Shriners in Europe.
Ah, let me see that. The head of the Shriners. And what's his name?
Julian F. Smith.
Julian F. Smith?
F. Smith.
Julian F. Smith. The head of the Shriners in Europe. With Leo Zagami. Julian F. Smith.
This instead is a very interesting picture where there is Lars, who is a founding member of my Committee of Hope in Oslo, and a shaman, NLP trainer and all that, who has decided to work with me in the last few years. And this is Katerina Vebralovic, the daughter basically of Rauf Butrus-Gali, and of Madame Brit, who is married with Rauf Butrus-Gali, the brother of Boutros Boutros-Ghali, the ex-head of the United Nations. And she's a very high-level Illuminati in Egypt. And a friend of my wife. This was a guy who is a sex slave in the Illuminati circles, used for very powerful individuals. He's a member of the OTO.
He's a sex slave? What do you mean he's a sex slave?
He kind of like very powerful elite members of the Illuminati who are a little bit twisted and perverted get to go and see him to get spanked and all kinds of, they're British.
Oh my goodness.
They're all kinky, these people. so
go ahead, I'll take his.
So basically, he's, they're. He's a sex slave of the Illuminati.
Oh boy. A sex slave of the Illuminati. Okay, that's enough of that.
Which is a very important document of a meeting of the Illuminati that was supposed to be held in September 2006 with my wife, relating Fatma Suslu and Gabriele Mandelkhan, with basically the mystics of Islam and the Knights Templars, the Knighthoods of Islam and the Knights Templars together in the monastery of Santa Scholastica, Subiaco. See, this is the name of my wife here.
Fatima.
Fatma Suslu.
That's right there.
See? Representative for Fethullah Gulen.
Where's Fethullah Gulen? Oh, there it is. Fethullah Gulen. Sure. Wow.
Get it?
And that's the Monte Carlo Lodge.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right there. Yeah, the Universal Unity. I know that has to do with the Monte Carlo
Yeah,
Lodge.
that's an official branch of the Monte Carlo.
Yes. Wow. So we had the Muslim leaders coming together with the Monte Carlo Lodge.
And in the Vatican most holy monastery where the Pope Ratzinger went before becoming Pope to do his last speech.
Wow.
Before becoming Pope.
Wow.
Now, what you just saw was maybe about 10% of all the documentation that Leo presented to me to prove that he is a part of the Illuminati. If I was to show you all the documentation that I have on video, that's all we would be watching for the next 7 hours. Not including the 2-hour interview that he did specifically on his Illuminati bloodlines using official documentation. It was mind-boggling. Definitely, Leo Zagami is an inside guy. Definitely also at least a Jesuit coadjutator. Definitely also presenting the information that he is presenting, much of it I've taken out, for the purpose of making us be disgruntled with the government, bear arms, and start civil unrest in our country. But definitely has some information that we need to hear because it's important, because it will reveal to us the workings behind the doors of the Vatican and what's going on behind the scenes that is going to bring about a situation that will bring God's people into a predicament that only God can save us from. So without any further ado, let's pick up where we left off from.
So there is a very important part of this game that goes on within the bloodlines.
And what is your connection so far as the bloodlines go?
Well, I'm myself a representative of 2 important bloodlines, one from Sicily, one from Scotland in England. And one is the Lion family, the other one is the Di Gregorio family. I'm myself a Marquis and a Prince of the Sicilian peerage. And I work within the bloodlines of the Western world. I have always worked within the bloodlines of the Western world because they are they are taken care from the Illuminati. The Illuminati has to be a person that knows everything about the bloodlines. If he's on top of the structure, if he's a master of the Illuminati, he has to know really who are the people under, or the people he's working with. The
Right.
bloodlines he has to know very well, the Rothschild, the Rockefeller, who they are not, what their families are doing, what they're not doing. And then I have my connection to the Muslim world because my wife is a descendant of Prophet Muhammad, so she's a pure Sayyid. An important part definitely to play within the game if you have this kind of bloodline.
So you're royalty in a sense, so far as the Illuminati goes.
I'm an aristocracy,
Yes.
an aristocrat, and you can say yes, I have also a connection to the royalty, and I don't like to describe myself as royalty, but definitely I'm an aristocrat.